All right, great to be here. I don't have any injuries for an update for you. Everybody's healthy, so. Yeah, Hollywood, he's coming off a good game this past game, and he gives you another experienced receiver in there that's got a lot of speed and ability, and he's done it before. We're lucky to have him with us, and he looked like he was on the same page with Patrick this past week.
Obviously, you know what it can be like coaching in Philadelphia. How impressed are you with what Nick Sirianni has been able to accomplish, especially in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I think Nick's done a great job. I mean, anytime you get your team to 2 Super Bowls in a short period of time, it's tremendous. That's a tough city to coach in. There's a lot of competition with the different teams there, and Nick has really, I think, done a tremendous job there of coaching and keeping a little stability within the organization there. Yeah. Yeah, let's move on to the next play. That's kind of his deal. He just wants to play and to get. I think it's a habit now. I just think it's part of him, and he doesn't even think about it.
Talk to your players about complacency, successful teams, and how you use that. You guys have what you done to keep that fired up.
Yeah, listen, we try to focus on the game and try to keep it at that, and work hard. Sometimes when you work hard, it keeps you focused more so than backing off. And our guys they've done that. They do it through training camp. They're doing it up to this week and throughout the season. So, and I've got a good locker room. On top of that, some senior veterans there that don't let things slide in the locker room. And then the coaches, the continuity with the coaches, I think also helps.
Coach, how would you describe the importance of Chris Jones building this time?
Yeah, Chris Jones is a huge part of our success. He'll have a big challenge this coming week here. So, but he's one of the team captains and really a good football player. He's developed into a good leader. Yeah, how did the older guys help out the rookies getting ready for this game? The magnitude of this game, none of these young guys have experienced, and really some of the veteran guys too that haven't had this opportunity to come to the Super Bowl. So that's where I respect our guys so much in them being willing to share with others. And it's not only the experience of coming to this, but it's, when we had injuries, guys welcome guys in, and even though it might be your position, welcome them in and try to get them up to date and help us to win football games.
Right? In Mexico, you have a lot of fans. The Chiefs are very popular, and they're very focused, and you make a record for 3 Super Bowls in a row. What represents to you in your mind and your heart that you have the game versus Philadelphia, and you were the coach for Philadelphia for many years?
Yeah. That's a good question. It's unique for sure, and really unique to have it gone on twice here. So, but I have a lot of respect for the people in Philadelphia, how they run things, the city itself, and at the same time, I feel very fortunate to be in Kansas City with our ownership and our front office and how it works there. So, I would tell you, from my standpoint, I feel very lucky, honored, privileged, all those words. I feel, that I'm very fortunate to be in this position. Yeah. I'll be curious when we get to the owner meetings to kind of see how it played out and with the injuries and get that update and some of the things that the league was trying to accomplish with it. So, and see if they have anything that they want to change. But listen, it's different. It's been kind of exciting to have something new like that incorporated in the game. But I'm hoping that, to see if the league got from it what they wanted to. So. Good. Yeah, listen, we try to work hard. I mean, I keep it that simple. You really know that it's about the game, and all this other stuff doesn't necessarily matter. It matters to people in the entertainment part of the business, but without the guys focusing on the game, or the coaches, or myself in that same boat there, that you lose track of what this thing's all about. You can get really caught up in all this, and you can't get too far from what's real, and that's playing the game. There you are.
During your time in Green Bay under Mike Holmgren, is there anything you took away from that stop and that time that you applied to these coaches and moments, these big Super Bowl moments?
Yeah, I love my stay in Green Bay. 7 years there, so I enjoyed that. Great people there. Mike Holmgren, I thought when I worked for him, I had a hard time believing anybody did it better. And then, now that I've been a head coach for a while, I feel the same way. So, and yeah, I took a ton from him. I mean, he introduced me to the National Football League and the coaching part of that, and so I've used that as a foundation for sure.
Coach, you're one of the best of all time to sit down and have the screen game at the right time. What challenges does this Eagles defense in particular pose in regards to the screen game?
Yeah, they're fast, so they recover quickly. The idea in screen game is to try to get the guys to rush up the field thinking it's a pass, and then dump it down with some blockers out there in front to kind of mix the run game, pass game all in one play. But these guys, they don't get caught up too much on the screen game. They're able to recover quickly. Yeah, no, he's a great one, and that was a great little nugget he threw out there with his saying, and but that's a different sport. That's the direction he went with it, and that's not the only thing that made him great, but that was a great prediction there and challenge. I think you guys have taken care of all that for me. I don't have to say much, so other than get ready to play the game. That means I'm old. Yeah, no, listen, Jeremiah his father was one of my favorite players. And this kid, his son has done a tremendous job did it at Clemson and now transferred it to the Eagles. And yeah, I think it's a neat deal. He's wearing the same number, all that. Yeah, that's a great deal. Great deal for the family. Yeah, sure. So Xavier, I tell you, first of all, he's not the biggest guy in the world, and for him to survive through 17 games in the National Football League and then the couple playoff games that we've had, I think is an accomplishment just in itself. But every week that he's done this thing, he's gotten better every week. And he and Pat have a great relationship, so he's got Pat's trust. And that takes a little bit of time to get and work, and with any quarterback in this league with a young receiver. So, but he's done that, and that's through hard work. Oh, boy. I don't know that. I mean, we're going to, time will tell, right? Ask me that after the game. I'll let you know.
Coach over here, the fact that you get to face off against Vic Fangio again for a position of coach, how do you think is it that even the fact that you're back in the Super Bowl in New Orleans when you won your first Super Bowl back yesterday?
Yeah, that's something. I mean, coincidental for sure. Great city, New Orleans is. Facing Vic Fangio, we've faced him at Denver, Miami, and the Eagles in the same year. I feel like we've gone against each other a lot for a lot of years here, and we're fortunate to have Steve Spagnuolo, but I tell you that Vic is one of those guys. He's just one of those real creative defensive minds that survived a long time in this league. He's been time tested, and he has the trust of his players there.
This hasn't been an easy year offensively, your injuries, offensive line, wide receiver. What kind of kept you guys going through and averaging back up on these
Yeah, a little bit of what I was saying with veteran players, allowing these guys to become the best they could be in that short period of time. So within the offense and defense. Then the other part of that, which is huge, is Brett Veach and the job that he did on bringing players in, he and his crew there. So, and the personnel department, he has done an exceptional job. I mean, he's done it since he's been in that position, and no more than this year.
Up here, that she's all the Lord of the Rings. Which character would you be? Which movie character? Lord of the Rings character.
That's, I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer that. Which character would I be out of the I don't even, myself.
Mr. Hunt said yesterday that he's certain that next year you're going to be back. And I'm wondering, I know winning is its own motivation. What is your motivation for continuing to do a very difficult job? And is the most wins ever of any coach part of that motivation?
Yeah, that's not part of it. I enjoy teaching, so I don't get caught up too much on all the stats and all the records and all that stuff. But I enjoy being around the guys. I enjoy football, the game. You can't put in the hours that we do and not enjoy it. I love the game. Yeah. Yes, I'll be back. I'm glad he's going to have me back. I mean,
Good morning, Coach.
good morning.
I see the Chiefs is a very stable organization. We see another successful teams moving their coordinators, defensive coordinators, to another teams. How do you guys manage to avoid him, for instance, a model of being with you guys many years?
Yeah, that's a real good question. I thought he and Nagy might move on this year and be head coaches again. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. I mean, I don't know the answer. The owners know that and what they're looking for, but I'm glad that selfishly, I'm glad that they're with us right now, and hopefully they stay for a long time. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, every game has got its own challenges in it. And the thing is, you don't want to get too high, you don't want to get too low in a game. You want to kind of find that area where you keep a steady climb. If something bad happens, try to learn from it and move on. But every game's got that, and every game's a little bit different. So we've doinked them in, we've blocked field goals, we've done. I mean, so whatever comes up, I'm sure our guys will handle and move forward in a positive way. Yeah.
We'll do a couple more. Go ahead.
Yeah, head coach Anthony.
Good seeing you.
Hey, how important was it for Patrick to sit that first year and learn before you handed him the keys to the operation?
Yeah,
I'm not saying he couldn't have been as great as he is now if he didn't sit, but be with Alex Smith, I thought, was something that you can't buy. And he was able to sit there and watch a guy that's the ultimate professional on and off the field and just get an idea of the lay of the land of how things work in this league. And I think that's helped him in that part of his, in his career. But I'm sure if he stepped in and as a rookie and played, he probably would have been just as great as he is now. But I think that helped for sure.
Last one, go ahead. Coach, can you talk briefly about Kareem Hunt? He was, left Kansas City a number of years ago, came back 4 games into your season this year, and so far it's filled in, the number of injuries you'll have. It's had a great year.
Yeah, Kareem's he's a good kid and had a great career at Cleveland, and we were able to. That was a good question. He left. Anyways, it was I got you moving fast, covering a lot of bases. So he did a nice job. I joked that we just pulled him off the couch and threw him in there. I think he had 21 plays the first game, 27 the next game, and we kind of beat him up there without any introduction. So, but he sure handled it well, and he's having a good time. This is his first time at the Super Bowl and as a player, and that's one of the neat stories there.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Watching. I think that's good for the sport. But at the end of the day, I want people to realize that it's a game that you play on the playground for recess, and it's stuff that you just go out there and give everything you love. And I think that's what we try to do on the football field, and I think that's everybody on that football field.
Many of us have gotten to cover you in so many Super Bowls, and it seems like the moment's never too big for you. When, if ever, do you get emotional?
I think just after the games, when I look back on seasons, I get emotional just because of the process, the hard work that you put in. Win or lose, guys give everything that they have, and every team's different. I mean, we have a lot of the same guys that have been on these Super Bowl runs with us, but at the same time, from my first Super Bowl to now, I think it's only like 3 to 5 guys that are on that team. And so no matter how the season ends, you're going to be a different football team, and you just embrace and really just, have those moments together as a team, and I think that makes you a little emotional.
And you spoke last night about how growing up you hated the Patriots too, so you understand when people don't like to see you back on the stage. But what do you know now in the middle of it that fans don't know immediately?
Yeah, I think it's just the grind of every single day of having to start from the bottom and then work your way back to the top. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to be in this game, and that's why I don't take it for granted. And it speaks to the guys that I have around me that they're willing to go back to work, start from the beginning, work their tail off again to make it to this game. And so I think the fans know that, but until you experience it on a day-to-day process, you never really appreciate it. I think you just have to have a process of how you go about every single play, and there's certain checkpoints that I need to do as far as to recognize the coverage or recognizing what we need to do as an offense and just getting us to the best opportunity to be successful. And then you just play the football game. At the end of the day, it's a football game. It's a game that you played growing up. You just make it about that moment. You make it about that play, and you just execute your job.
Sometimes people think of great quarterbacking as passing alone when there's a lot of other things that go into your position. How would you describe what you have to do beyond just passing and maybe a moment where you felt like you played well, but the passing numbers wouldn't show?
I just, as I've learned in this league, it's all about winning at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how it happens. It doesn't matter if it's dissecting the coverage before the play, getting us to a run play, or running with your legs or throwing the football. It's just about winning the football game. And at the end of the day, that's what the ultimate goal is. And so that's what I've tried to do, especially at this part of my career, is even though that the stats might not be as flashy as they were in my first year, we've won a lot of football games, and I'll always be proud of that.
Patrick, 6 years ago, it seemed like this team just loved around the NFL. Now you're almost playing the role of the villain. What do you think about that? Does it motivate you?
I don't know if it motivates me. I think I'm so motivated by just the success that we have together as a team. I know that the guys on our team, how much they love football and how much work they put in on an every single day basis. And so when we step on that football field, we're going to come together as a brotherhood and as a family and just play our best football and live with the results after. So it's not like I'm embracing the villain or doing anything like that. I'm embracing my teammates and how we play the football game. Oh, yeah, it happens a lot. I mean, that's why interceptions happen. So, no, it's these guys are talented on that side of the football, and they study film and watch plays just like we do. And so there's definitely times where the defense it gets me on certain plays or certain blitzes or certain coverages, and you just have to learn from those and try to be better the next time. What? Yeah, I think just how talented they are. I mean, they're talented at all three levels, D-line, linebackers, and secondary, and they know how to play well together. I mean, that's what makes Vic Fangio's defenses so great is that everybody has a part, and they have to do their job in order for everybody to have success, and that's what they do. And if they're asked to play man, they play man well. If they're played zone, they make sure to be in the right spots at the right time. And so it'll be a great challenge. You got to be patient, and when those opportunities come, you got to go out there and execute on them because there'll only be a few of them in the game.
What part of your game are you most proud of the improvement that you've made since your first Super Bowl?
I think just being able to feel the tempo of a game and feel how the game flow is going. I feel like when I was younger, I wanted to just make the big play happen the whole game. And I obviously still want to do that, but whenever the defense is playing well or the offense, we're struggling a little bit, it's about getting us back in rhythm, getting us back in tempo so that the big plays kind of come to us and we're not trying to force them. Yeah. Yeah, it's always motivating whenever you have another baby. I mean, just because I want them to have the same experiences that the other two had, and she's been amazing. She's been sleeping well. Mom's been extremely happy, and I'm excited for her to be able to come to. I think this will be her first football game at the Super Bowl, and hopefully we can get her a win. that again? I don't know if I play. I was in Long Island with the Mets, but he played on the Long Island Ducks. So when he was there, I would definitely spend some time in Long Island. I was a little bit older too then, so I remember a couple of things. But the games were awesome. They had a lot of fans in the stands, and some of that independent baseball and that he played at the end of his career was kind of some of my favorite moments.
Everybody seems to want a piece of you. How many autographs would you estimate you signed?
I mean, I can't even a lot. I would just say a lot of them, but I mean that's a part of it. I was a little kid asking for autographs for my dad, so I'm always, especially for the kids and the kids that want to live out their dream and are looking for some inspiration. I always will sign those autographs to them.
What's the strangest request you've ever had?
I signed some man's back because he had a tattoo of me on his back, and I got kind of cornered into where I had to do it. That was a pretty strange one. I think it's just the guys that we have in our locker rooms have such an appreciation for the process and how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl. And so with that, we start from the beginning. We don't just rely on what got us there the year before. We really go back to ground zero, and we work our tail off just to be the best that we can be, and knowing that it's going to be a hard process. It's going to be a hard journey to get back to the Super Bowl. And so when you have a bunch of guys like that, it kind of fuels you to be the best you can be every single day. Yeah, I think it's just to show that your hard work pays off. You know, I even though I've had a lot of success in the NFL and college, I didn't have a lot of success, and I feel like I was putting that hard work in, and we weren't just having the same success that I've had now. And just to tell them that if they continue to work at it and they continue to follow their dreams, that they can accomplish anything that they want to. Yeah, I think obviously each coordinator has their own feel for the game and how the game's going. I think what Vic does that's so special is that he has a good understanding of the offenses and what the offenses want to accomplish versus his defense, and he tries to take those away, and he'll look at all your tendencies and get a feel for what he thinks is going to get called. He might switch up a coverage based off that, and I have all the respect in the world for Coach Fangio. I mean, I played against him a lot of different times, and his defense has always been well coached and played extremely hard, and that speaks to the person that is the leader, and that's the coach of that group or that football team. Yeah, I think you just got to be a competitor at the end of the day, and in the playoffs, it's kind of you either win or you go home, and so you might try a few more risks and try to get a first down where you might have slid earlier in the season. But it's about just being a competitor and trying to go out there and win a football game, protecting yourself, but put your body on the line. Yeah, I think even my rookie year, just seeing how he worked, I mean, like, you see Travis Kelce and you see, obviously being on TV shows or having the personality that everyone loves and being the fun guy and being funny, but people don't understand how hard he works on a day-to-day basis, and he continues to work that hard even to this day. And so I think that motivates me to know that I can't be complacent with where I'm at. I have to continue to work extremely hard if I want to continue to have success like he has. Oh, 100%. I mean, having Travis out there, you can't take him out for practice reps, and like we try to. He's getting older, so we're trying to like cut back some of his reps, and he won't do it. He gets mad at you if you take him out of practice, and that feeds into the entire team. Whenever you're tired and whenever you're not wanting to take a practice seriously or take a rep seriously, you look at him and he's going full speed, scoring touchdowns out there every catch, and it motivates you to be to take your game up to another level. Oh, no, I can't choose between two places. I love both those places, so either one I'm good with. My favorite Italian food. I mean, you can't go wrong with, like, spaghetti. So, I mean, especially Italian spaghetti. If you get it over there, it's probably a little bit better. Yeah, I think I always knew Xavier was going to be a great football player, just because obviously the talent's there, but the way he works. I mean, he gets after it. He's extremely smart. We put a lot on his plate, and he just wants more. He wants to continue to be better and be great for the football team. And that receiving room's been a special place this year, and I've been excited for it. And they're all young, so I'm excited for their future ahead. Yeah, the trust has grown a ton. I mean, whenever you give guys opportunities and they continue to make plays, you just continue to push it and see where they can really be at. And you've seen that even in the playoffs. Whenever the lights have gotten even brighter, he's shown up even more. And that speaks to the great football players in this league.
How was your first year sitting and watching and learning behind Alex Smith?
Yeah, it was extremely important for me. I feel like coming into the NFL, you just don't know what to expect. And instead of being thrown to the fire and having to figure it out on the fly, I got to learn behind one of the smartest quarterbacks of all time and see his process. And I mean, he led the NFL in passing rating that year. And so you see what the greats do. And so learning behind him taught me how to build my own process. So when I stepped on that football field, I was ready to play. I think more than anything, it gets you in rhythm. It kind of gets you in a spot where you feel like you know what the defense is doing, you know where to go with the football, and you can be on time and in rhythm. And so my input is basically I just kind of help give them some plays that I like a lot, and then I let Coach Reed go out there and be the mastermind and figure out the best plays for us as a team. And it's helped me out a ton to have someone like that drawing up the first 15s. I honestly I have no idea. I mean, just going out there, it's perfect conditions. You go out there and play your best football. But I never knew that until this week. People started telling me. But it's obviously cool when you're not playing in freezing weather, I guess you say. But I feel like freezing weather always gives us an advantage as well. So just playing your best football in the best environment possible. I would say for me, my favorite memory was after my first Super Bowl, winning that Super Bowl and then seeing like my friends and family's faces and how happy they were for me. Like obviously I was still in shock almost of the surreal feeling of winning the Super Bowl, and then seeing them, there's tears in some of your buddies' eyes that you've never seen cry before and stuff like that. It's such an appreciation for the love that they have for you, and that comes from friends and family, man. They support you from the beginning, and seeing their faces like that was definitely a memory I'll forever last. I think it feels better because my family has grown, and so I get to see my kids on the field, and they'll have those memories, but I'll forever have those memories of the confetti falling and my kids getting to see that and being on the football field. And I was that kid, not winning championships, but being on the field with my dad, and I know how much those memories imprinted who I am today.
Patrick, how does Andy's offensive line background shape your offense, and how has it shaped the way you learn the game?
I think it shapes our offense because he knows what the offensive line is good at, and he knows what puts them in hard positions and how to emphasize their greatnesses and even emphasize more their weaknesses. And so he always preaches, and I truly believe everything starts up front. If that's offensive line and defensive line, that's how you win football games in this league. And having a former offensive lineman in that position that's calling the plays, he knows how to put them in the best position to succeed. Oh, 100%. The way he's able to scheme things, the way he's able to read tendencies, get you out of your best plays and try to force you to do stuff that you don't want to do. He's one of the best at that stuff, and so I have a ton of respect for Coach Fangio and know that it'll be a great challenge for us this weekend.
We had a crew go to the White House the other day, and they talked to an old basketball coach of yours who said you used to drive him crazy with like no-look passes, kind of the same stuff you do on the field. You remember that? You know you're driving your coach?
Yeah, Coach Kelly is a great coach, man. I tried a lot of stuff that I tried on the football field playing basketball, and I always feel like when I'm scrambling, it's like you're the point guard and you're distributing the football to a guy who's cutting in the lane, popping out for three, whatever it is. And so a lot of those things I do on the football field come from the basketball court, and luckily enough, I didn't make too many mistakes, so he let me do some of those passes. Yeah, I just try not to make it bigger than what it is. I just go about my process, knowing to try to get completions, move the football, and then rely on your teammates to make plays happen. I mean, sometimes you get out there in these end of games and you want to score the touchdown on the first play or score the touchdown on one play where you got to just go about your business like a normal drive, just with a little bit more urgency. And we've been in a lot of them, so I've gained a lot of experience from that, and I think that's helped me out.
What's the difference for you to
on 1 second. Yeah, I would say probably the biggest difference is that they've gained some experience. I mean, obviously they lost some important guys, but at the same time, that all those guys that were in that Super Bowl, they're back now, and they have some more experience and some more confidence, and they're a great football team. I mean, I know from the last time we played them, they were a great football team then, and it took everything we had to beat them in that game, and know that if we want to beat them this time, it's going to take everything we have again. And so it'll be a couple plays here and there. You've got to go out and make those plays in order to win the game.
Patrick, you talked a little bit about Alex Smith and his role as you were coming up as a young player. Talk a little bit about some of the advice that some of the NFL praise have given you over the years, like a Tom Brady, for example.
Yeah, I think I talked to Tom and I talked to Peyton. I talked to a lot of these guys, and I think the best thing that they do for me is just feed confidence on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and how I can continue to be great. And then if they'll give me any other advice, I always will take it. So it's always great to look at the legends of the sport, especially in my position, and hear what they have to say, because they've done it before and they know what it takes to be have a gold jacket and have their number retired and everything like that. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, just like any other profession, he's a GOAT of his profession, and to have someone like that at the game, it'll be awesome, because I'll get to showcase who I am and what talent that I have. And so I got to watch him when he played in Kansas City, I think it was last year, maybe a couple years ago, and he had a couple goals in that game. You see the greatness that he displays every single day, and so someone else that I can look up to and try to get onto his level someday. Yeah, 100%. I mean, always I try to give all glory to God and him giving me this platform to showcase my skills and play a game that I love. And so that's always at the top of the list. And then I think just family, and then just the love of the game. My family does so much for me, and they've put me in positions to succeed. And my wife does so much that I can go out there and enjoy this game. And so I always play to hopefully give them the memories that I had growing up, and the love of the game. I've always loved sports and what they do for not only you having fun, but for the world, and how you can showcase bringing people together and have for one common goal. And those are kind of the things that I go out there and play for.
Patrick, how do you think your game improved since the last time you faced the Eagles in the 2 Super Bowls ago?
I think every year you gain more experience and you gain more different things you can learn, the things that you can go out there and have success with. And so more than anything, it's just I've had more experience, and I've played in some more big games, and I've seen what defenses can do to kind of try to stop us, and I'll try to go out there and just execute at a higher level because of that.
If you compare the Eagles 2 years ago with these ones, what do you think is different now?
I think just they lost some great players as far as the older guys, but they've gained a lot of other younger guys as well. And the young guys that were in the game, they've gotten even better. So it's going to be a great football team, and we know that, and it's going to take our best football to try to find a way to get a win. But they're going to be hungry, and they're going to go out there, and it'll be a great game for everybody to watch.
Talk to me about Joe Toomey, play guard, play left tackle. He's a really good player. Is it for you? Is it good offensive line?
Yeah, no, he's to me, he's a gold jacket guy. He's a guy that's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. I mean, even before he got to Kansas City, what he did in New England, being a young player, playing in those teams, winning Super Bowls with Tom, playing every position there, center, guard, whatever it was, and then getting here to Kansas City and just being all-pro level guard since he's been here, and then this year moving out to left tackle. It speaks to the player that he is, the commitment he has to his craft, and someone that will do whatever it takes for the team.
Patrick, you're known for your no-look pass. Was there ever a specific moment or game that you were like, hey, I can actually pull this off?
It started in college. Me and my buddy Nick Shimonik, who was a backup quarterback of mine in college and still a good friend of mine, we started kind of challenging each other in practice in spring football at Texas Tech, and Coach Kingsbury loved encouraging it. He wanted us to try to do more and see what we can get away with. And then I started doing it in practice, started doing it in the game some at Texas Tech, and then I did it in the NFL. It wasn't like I was trying to do it. It kind of happened, and it's kind of become part of my game now. But I've got it from guys like Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. They've been doing it for so long, and those are guys I watch coming out of the draft. You know, I want to be remembered for the way that I played the game and the type of person that I was playing, and that's what I've always wanted to be remembered for. Obviously, you want to win, and you want to win all these games, but I want people to see how I put the effort in every single day to be the best that I possibly can be for my team. And if I can be remembered by that, then I'll be happy with whatever I do on the football field. Yeah, I think the steady progression. I mean, obviously we knew he was talented. We knew that he was a great football player, but how smart he is and how he's able to learn things and learn from his mistakes and be even better because of that. I think the steady progression that he's had, it just shows me that he's going to be a even better receiver next year, and I'm excited for them and the future of our receiving room. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was too much different than last year. I mean, I think Taylor being at all the games has been awesome. It's been awesome to showcase her bringing light to the sport that I love and getting little girls like my daughter interested in watching the game. And now I think I just know Taylor better now, and I feel like I've built a great friendship with her and her wife. My wife and Taylor have built a friendship as well. So it's just cool to see that how football can bring people together from every aspect of life. And I feel like that's just a kind of a metaphor for the rest of life as well. Yeah, no, it's so much fun to see how much they like each other, and I know that sounds funny but it's guys from every different part of their career. And you got DeAndre Hopkins, you got Justin Watson, Juju Smith-Schuster, then you got Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, all these guys that have kind of made their own personality part of that receiving room, and they get along. They celebrate together. They're always spending time together, and so when you get a good tight-knit group like that, that's when you pull out the best in each other, and I think that's what they've done in that receiving room. I just be myself. I think at the end of the day, if you're authentic to who you are, then you're not worried about what other people say about you. And so regardless of how I'm either praised or doubted or whatever that is, I'm always going to be who I am. And I think if I do that, then I can always live with the results on the football field. I mean, as a Mavs fan, it hurt just because everything that Luka's done for the city in these last 7 years, and I got to watch a lot of that, and I've got to meet Luka and build a friendship with him, and I'm excited for his future though now in LA and learning from LeBron. I mean, that's what you want to do, is learn from the greats of your profession. And but at the end of the day, man, I'm always gonna be a Mavs fan, and bringing a guy like Anthony Davis in is going to help the team. I mean, just a elite offensive and defensive player, and I'm excited for their future as well. But it hurts whenever you lose a guy that's kind of been a staple of your organization for a long time. And as a fan, I built a lot of great memories watching him play.
How do you plan on recovering after Super Bowl week, especially since this is your third time in a row?
Yeah, I spend time just with my kids. Like football season, you take so much time away from those little memories that you have, just taking your kids to gym class or whatever it is, and taking them to school and stuff like that. So whenever I get in the off season, I try to spend as much time as I can with them, get to see what they do on a day-to-day basis, and build those memories with them. So once football season's over, I will be all hands on deck, and I got 3 of them now, so it'll be a tough battle for me there as well. Yeah, I mean that's stuff that I don't really look into. I just look up to the best version of Patrick Mahomes that I can be, and if I can be mentioned with any of those guys in the QB greats, it's amazing. But that's not my job to do. It's my job to go out there and play football and be the best version of myself. Thank you. Historical figure. You talking about a golfer or like just any person in general? I'll go with Jack Nicklaus. Even though he's not a historical figure, he's just someone I've never seen. I want to see the one of the GOATs play golf. Another celebrity, Travis Kelce, always a good time. Another athlete, Michael Jordan. Idol? I think more than anything, it was just my parents in general. I've looked up and watched a lot of sports figures like Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter and Kobe Bryant and stuff like that. But I think just watching my parents on a day-to-day basis try to help me achieve my dreams and live out my life, that'd probably be my idol. And just because they helped me become the person that I am today. My mentor, I would probably say LaTroy Hawkins is my godfather. He played baseball for a long time, and he always gave me advice about what to do, and if you want to be a professional athlete, this is how you have to do it. And so he was probably my mentor, and he still is to this day.
What challenge is this? You could add any Chiefs player in Chiefs history to this Super Bowl roster to help you win this game. Who would it be?
That's a hard one. I would probably say on defense it'd be like Derek Thomas. I mean, just having that pass rush with Chris Jones. I mean, we already have a great pass rush. Adding him's going to be crazy. And then, yeah, I mean, his teams are so well coached, and they have such good feel for your offense and what you want to do as an offense and your tendencies. And obviously, with an extra week to prepare, it'll even be to a higher level. And so, his guys play hard. They know the scheme. They play fast. And it's always a challenge going up against Coach Fangio. And I have all this respect in the world for him. I think the key about facing a team that's talented and they're like the best defense in the entire league. It's just getting the ball to your hands and not causing bad plays. I mean, they seem like they get turnovers every single game, and that builds momentum in football games. So just trying to keep away from the turnovers, get the ball out of my hand, and whenever I do get the opportunity to go downfield, I have to execute on it. It won't be many of them. I would say, you talking about NFL or just in general football? Yeah, I don't want to know if it's the lowest point. I didn't start full time as a quarterback as a junior in high school, and so that probably was the lowest point. I was trying to decide if I wanted to just focus on baseball and not play football and stuff like that. But ever since then, it's kind of taken off. Obviously, in college, I didn't win a lot of games, but I feel like I was steadily getting better, and we were progressing as a team. And so got to the NFL and been really blessed so far where I got to sit and learn behind Alex Smith, a great quarterback, and then getting in with great guys around me. So I think the very beginning was probably the hardest part, and I've kind of been able to kind of progress since then.
What has your wife's opinion had on you and your work ethic? I know she was a really talented athlete as well. How has that pushed you?
Yeah, I think she's more competitive than I am. I mean, the way that she pushes me every single day to be the best that I possibly can be, and she'll continue to do that. She knows that she's gonna be at home taking care of the kids and help me out. That I better be going out there winning on the football field.
How has Coach Reed helped with your growth and building your confidence over the years?
I think more than anything, he helps me become a better person. And when you become a better person, you become more invested in your profession and being a leader on the team and making other people better people as well. And so I think having a guy like that, I can play for. I know that he cares more about the person than he does about the player. I think just treating it like a football game at the end of the day. I mean, obviously you want to win. It's the biggest game that you're going to play in your life, but you got to play it like the game that you love, that you grew up playing with your buddies at recess. And so that's what I try to do is just go out there and have some fun. Yeah, it means the world because it's voted on by the team, and that showcases that all the hard work you're putting in means something. And being able to be voted captain by my teammates, it will always be